What's up guys, Cartoon Corey here, and can you believe that I found this mistake in this episode of SpongeBob? Like, how did this even make it onto TV, dude? We're gonna be exposing a bunch of these types of mistakes today, so let's get right into it.
Please, don't tell Mr. Krabs about this. It'll hurt my chances of winning the award.
I already told you that award is a bunch of baloney.
First up, we've got a banger. I love starting these videos off with like classic episodes because let's be real, SpongeBob season 1, 2, and 3 are like the best seasons. So obviously, Employee of the Month is up there as one of my favorite episodes. Even an episode like this though has mistakes, and let's expose them. Here's the first mistake, guys. Roll that clip. Did you guys catch it? Because this one's really bad. In the shot you guys just saw where Squidward is like brushing his teeth, if we look at him in the mirror, all right, we're looking at the reflection of Squidward in the mirror, we can see that Squidward's nose goes over top of the bubbles. That's how the reflection looks. But if we look at Squidward, like the actual version of Squidward, we can see that the animators messed up because those bubbles are in front of his nose. Remember, in the reflection, the bubbles are behind his nose. So like real life Squidward, the bubbles should also be behind his nose, but they're in front, so really weird mistake right here. I definitely rambled and over-explained it, but you guys get it now. And here's another mistake from the same episode.
Honey.
Okay, so for this one, we need to go back a little bit, all right? We're gonna go to any random episode of SpongeBob and take a look at the doors of the Krusty Krab. And what we'll notice is that the handles to these doors are always like gold or brown, all right? They're always this color right here. Well, in Employee of the Month, when Squidward and SpongeBob barge into the Krusty Krab when they're racing near the ending of the episode, look at the handles of the Krusty Krab doors. They are completely incorrect. They're for some reason like clear and see-through or transparent, when as I already showed you guys, they're supposed to be gold or brown. I'm totally a nerd for even catching it, but yeah, totally a mistake. And stay tuned, guys, because the mistakes are going to get crazier as we go. Let's head over to our next episode.
Karen, is that a new monitor?
Oh, you charmer.
Knock it off, Romeo.
We're heading over to modern SpongeBob with this next one, as it's a season 14 episode, but that ain't gonna stop me from exposing mistakes. I've already found one in this episode. It's not that big of a deal, but I'm sure you guys will be able to catch it. So roll that clip.
So long, son. Turns out the formula's worth something after all.
Did you guys catch it? Well, this is a classic mistake. The Krusty Krab and Chum Bucket are directly across from each other on this street right here. And then this street breaks off into two paths, one path leading to the Krusty Krab and the other path leading to the Chum Bucket, as you can see in the clips I just showed you. Well, in Blood is Thicker Than Grease, at the very end of the episode, we get a shot where we should be able to see the Krusty Krab, but it's just blatantly missing from across the street. Like, how does this happen? The animators just completely forgot to draw the Krusty Krab, making for a minor, but at least very funny mistake. And there's plenty more where that came from, guys.
Okay then, here I go.
Turn around. Other side. Up. But not quite. Okay, up. Getting there.
How's this?
Next up is the episode Ride Patrick Ride, which is all about Patrick learning how to ride a bike. He isn't very good at it at first, but he eventually gets pretty good. Here's some clips from the episode, really funny.
Hi, Mrs. Puff.
Hello, SpongeBob.
You know, I'm having a little trouble trying to teach Patrick how to ride a bicycle. Have you ever had trouble teaching a student, Mrs. Puff?
You know, of all people, I don't think SpongeBob should have been the one trying to teach Patrick how to ride anything, considering this dude can't even ride a boat. I know he can ride a bike in the episode, but SpongeBob, you're not a very good teacher. Anyways, though, let's get into the first mistake from this episode. This one is very easy to miss, and I'm very proud of myself for finding it. Roll the footage.
In the honor of becoming
the greatest bicyclist who has ever lived, I present you the key to Bikini Bottom.
So as you can see in this scene, Patrick's bike, the handles, right, have these like ribbons or beamers coming out of it, right? These stringy things coming out. It's red. It's right here. I'm circling it. Remember this, as during this scene where Patrick is getting a key from City Hall due to saving a bunch of people, it's so funny, those ribbons are not on the handles of his bike. And the reason this is really a mistake is seconds later in this same scene, look, he has the ribbons in this scene, the lady with the keys right beside him. But if we rewind for just a couple of seconds, in this shot where it's zoomed out, he doesn't have the ribbons on his handles. I'm so proud of myself for catching this one.
Well, golly! Randy says the rodeo's come to town.
Championship title? For what?
You got cotton in your ears.
No, it's not cotton. It's actually an old moldy piece of Krabby Patty.
Up next is the season 7 episode Rodeo Days, an episode where SpongeBob has to save Sandy. But what I'm gonna do is save you guys from watching the episode and just show you the mistakes. Here's the first one.
Sandy! Oh, it's not opening.
Now this one is very hard to catch. You gotta pay close attention, okay? But after SpongeBob says, it's not opening, there is a white spot that flashes for a split second under his right arm. Not that big of a deal, I'll admit, but it's still there and it's still a bit of an animation mistake. A very forgivable one, but hey, it's still a mistake. And guys, there's one more in this episode, but stay tuned as the next episode has a wild mistake.
Did we save Sandy?
No, Patrick, we didn't.
This one is just like really funny, okay? So hear this one out. As we've seen in the episode, SpongeBob and all of these sea creatures are not able to breathe in Texas because they're sea creatures. They need to be in water or they die. I mean, we even see what happens to them in Tea at the Tree Dome with Sandy when SpongeBob and Patrick go in the Tree Dome without helmets. They like almost die. This is a big part of SpongeBob lore or canon, but if you watch the episode Rodeo Days, SpongeBob and all of the sea creatures, despite not being able to breathe in Texas, just continue to live their lives normally as if there's nothing wrong. These guys would die. But anyways, let's head over to another episode, guys. These upcoming mistakes are going to blow your mind.
Legend has it that their curiosity got the best of them. And they pulled the plug. The entire ocean rushed into the drain and sucked those two kids right down with it.
The Main Drain is an interesting season 7 episode. I mean, it's not a bad one, it's not a good one at the same time, but it does have 2 mistakes. Take a look at the first one.
Safety!
What in Neptune's bathtub do you think you're doing, lad?
If you caught that one, I'm very proud of you, but take a look at this lever right here beside this freezer. Remember it as it disappears when SpongeBob puts the danger sign on the floor. First it's there, as you can see here, but then when SpongeBob puts this danger sign down, it's just gone. Almost as if the animators forgot to draw it the second time. Pretty weird, but wait until you hear mistake number 2.
Why don't I wait? One sec. Time for a scary story, boys.
Where is the main drain, Mr. Krabs?
Mistake number 2 is just as weird. So, when Mr. Krabs turns off the lights, there's this light switch right here on the left side, alright? But when Mr. Krabs eventually finishes his story, the light switch suddenly changes positions. Yeah, very messy scene. It's not that big of a deal, and the mistakes I'm going to be covering later on in this video are much better than this one, but it's still a mistake, guys. Anyways, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, it's me, SpongeBob, fry cook extraordinaire.
Hello.
I know your secret.
What? Who told you?
Oh, a little cashier told me. Follow me.
Yeah, whatever you say, man.
Moron.
I've said this many times before, but SpongeBob Season 6 has a lot of hit or miss episodes, and one of those episodes that's right in the middle, it's just mid, it ain't bad, it ain't good, is Gullible Pants. This episode does have some good in it, especially the dancing scenes of SpongeBob, so take a look at these really funny clips of SpongeBob dancing. And then it's time for some mistakes. Then we're gonna be exposing some mistakes, alright? Here's the funny clips though first.
What SpongeBob dancing like a goofball?
And a hey, and a ho, and a hey, and a ho, and a hey ho, ha ho, hey ho, ha ho.
All right, it's time for the mistakes, guys. Let's do the mistakes.
452, 453, 454.
This is one where you guys really need to pay attention for it to make sense. So, in the opening shot of the Krusty Krab dining area, we can see Incidental 114 right here. And my boy is dressed up in a light blue shirt, looking fresh, Incidental 114. But as the scene progresses, moments later, when Mr. Krabs looks at the dining like a periscope, Incidental 114 has completely changed his drip and is now wearing like a brown-green shirt. There's another one in this episode that's fairly common in SpongeBob, so you guys should easily be able to catch this one. Roll the footage.
Come on, let's go. You don't want to miss this.
What's he doing? He's dancing!
This one is a classic SpongeBob mistake. So when SpongeBob stops the customers with his awesome dancing, the chum bucket, which normally is across the street, as you guys can see in this shot, normally the chum bucket is directly across from the Krusty Krab. But in this shot of Gullible Pants, not only is the chum bucket, but also the path to the chum bucket, they're both missing from across the street, which is totally a mistake. It's a common mistake, but it's totally a mistake. Now, I've got more SpongeBob for you guys, but you know what time it is? It's time for the random mistake of the day, where we take a quick break from SpongeBob to talk about mistakes in a random cartoon suggested by you guys. And then we go right back to SpongeBob. Don't worry, we're going right back to your favorite spongy boy. Today we're going to do Bluey, more specifically the episode Pass the Parcel. For some context, this right here is a Chattermax. It's a toy that belongs to the character Pom Pom. The mistake revolves around this, okay? Roll the clip. Did you guys catch it? Well, in the final scene of Missy's party, it seems that Pom Pom's Chattermax is like misaligned. As if you look closely, it looks like she stuck her hand through the toy when she should just be holding it, making for a bit of a weird mistake, guys. And let's head back over to good old-fashioned SpongeBob.
As if the answers to all your problems will fall right out of the sky.
Dude, we're falling right out of the sky!
We're back to SpongeBob, and the episode is Club SpongeBob, all right? Roll that footage and let's see if you guys can spot this mistake. Pay attention to the character's arms.
Can I have something to eat?
No. Oh.
Yeah, this one's a classic, but as you guys seen in those clips, Squidward is the one holding the magic conch shell. But when we get this zoomed in shot, why is his arm yellow? Yeah, this was a massive mistake. They incorrectly colored Squidward's arm as yellow. I guess they thought that SpongeBob was the one holding it, but no, it was Squidward, and yeah, massive mistake.
Good morning, Mr. Squidward. So, are you ready?
To go home.
Coming in hot, we've got a classic episode, Dying for Pie. This episode is all about Squidward getting SpongeBob a pie that turns out to be a bomb. This dude nearly killed SpongeBob. It's a good episode, so I really hate to call it out for having mistakes. There's only one we're gonna be talking about today though anyways, and here's a hint, it has to do with music or like audio, all right? Roll the footage. So to be fair, you kind of have to understand music to get this one, but in the beginning scene where Squidward plays the piano, the note that he plays makes the sound of a D. I know this because I personally do music. That sound is definitely a D. As a matter of fact, here's a D sound effect. And yeah, you know they're the same now, but if you actually look, Squidward is animated to be pressing an F note, which sounds like this. So not a crazy mistake here, but still technically a mistake. That's not the right note. I'm nitpicking though, and let's keep it moving over to some real mistakes. These next mistakes are really gonna blow your brain. we've got a very sad episode coming up next. It's Banned in Bikini Bottom, and this episode is all about Krabby Patties literally becoming banned in Bikini Bottom, which is just insane. What is Bubble Bass gonna do? You know Mr. Krabs was stressing, but anyways, try to comment the mistake before I reveal it. I wanna see if you guys can spot it before I show you what it is, but yeah, roll the footage.
Happy day, Karen! That fool Krabs changed the name of his restaurant to the Clothes Crab!
When Plankton looks out his window to see the Krusty Krab, we know that the Chum Bucket's there because he's looking from the Chum Bucket. The road that normally follows up to the Chum Bucket's door is missing, which isn't a big deal, but it's still a mistake. Like, that path is always there. They can't just decide it's not there anymore. Weird mistake. Let's keep it moving though, guys, and head over to another episode with spicy mistakes. Lots of good stuff coming up, guys, and it's gonna get worse as we go. The episode Boat Smarts is kind of a weird episode. It isn't a regular one. It's pretty much like a safety documentary by Mrs. Puff that stars SpongeBob and Squidward in it. And it's actually like a really good episode in my opinion. It's short but sweet. Of course though, you guys know what's coming. I'm gonna ruin this episode. It has some mistakes. Here's the first one.
As demonstrated by this driver, he has enough boat smarts to use his seatbelt and avoid a serious casualty as a result of a collision. What's our boat smarts boater up to now? You guessed it, he's adjusting his mirror.
It's kind of funny, but at the beginning of this episode, Squidward, he's in his boat, and his boat has no mirrors, okay? We're looking at this boat, there's no mirrors on this boat. But then as the episode progresses, and I want to make it clear, Squidward is in the same boat as the beginning of the episode, this one mirror just randomly appears on the left side. It wasn't there before, and to make things worse, when he starts driving, he now randomly has two mirrors. Again, we go back to the beginning of the episode, he had none, and it's the same boat. And then, guys, believe it or not, later on in the episode, all of the mirrors just disappear again. Very messy mistake realistically, and yeah, don't know what else to say about it. This one's pretty bad.
You must be SpongeBob SquarePants!
Yes?
Dude, you are like a fry cook legend! Will you sign my spatula?
Anything for an aspiring fry cook. So, did you come down to help out the cause?
No, I came to take your job.
Next up, we have another classic. I'm talking about Squid on Strike, a season 2 banger. This is the era of SpongeBob that I just love. But because the episode's so funny, why not? Here are a couple of funny clips, and then we're gonna get right into those bad mistakes.
Wow! All this supporting is making me hungry!
Hey everybody, let's go get a Krabby Patty.
I'm ruined without you and the little yellow guy. The teenagers I hired is ruining the place. They won't leave me alone.
All right, Mr. Krabs!
See what I mean?
All right, it's mistake time, baby. I feel bad exposing mistakes in such a good episode, but here's the first one.
Hey, Squidward, I bet old man Krabs is gonna break any day. Squidward, Squidward, Squidward. Squidward.
Did you guys catch it? It has to do with the sign Squidward's holding. So, as you guys just saw, Squidward imagines himself as like an old man, all right? And at first in this, imagination scene, it doesn't actually happen. It's Squidward's imagination. His sign reads, Krusty still unfair, all right? Remember, Krusty still unfair. But seconds later, in the same imagination scene, when SpongeBob starts orbiting around Squidward, it now randomly reads, Krabs still unfair. Here's a side-by-side. First it said, Krusty, as in Krusty Krabs, is still unfair, and then it just changes to Krabs still unfair. So totally a mistake here. And here's another one from the same episode.
And me and Squidward are gonna stay on strike.
I'm glad you saw it our way, Mr. Krabs.
Now I can fire them teenagers and get me 2 golden boys back.
This one's funny. So Mr. Krabs has a very unique walking cycle where he his stubby legs pat back and forth. It's like, "Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba." I know I sound insane, but I'm showing you this because it's a part of a mistake. As when Mr. Krabs walks into the destruction of the Krusty Krab, he just walks like a normal person when this is not his walking cycle. Yeah, let's keep it moving though, guys. But first, it's time for the random mistake of the day, where we take a very quick break from SpongeBob. Don't worry, we're gonna get right back to SpongeBob to talk about a random cartoon recommended by you guys. But today, we're gonna do Gravity Falls. The episode is called Double Dipper, and it has to do with the silly spring that the character Mabel, this is Mabel right here, remember, sprays Dipper, this is the character Dipper, with. All right, roll the footage.
Do you realize what this means?
Did you guys catch it? Well, if we pay close attention to the silly string thingy that shoots out of it, it's supposed to come from the nozzle of the bottle, but it just squirts out from below, appearing to just come out of nowhere, making for somewhat of an animation mistake. Now let's head back to SpongeBob, baby. Back to SpongeBob we go.
I'm back! Where's my baby?
You really want to know?
We've got a very new episode of SpongeBob coming up next. It's Base Word from season 14, and we're gonna go right in for it. Here's the first mistake.
Squidward, don't tell me you're going to the Jetsam City Comic Convention too.
So first things first, let's take a look at this PNG of our favorite nerd, Bubble Bass. You know, I like to say that, but I'm a total nerd myself. But anyways, Bubble Bass, remember how he looks? More specifically, remember that he has this fin right here. As when Bubble Bass is seen for the first time in Base Word, or Bass Word, I actually just realized it's Bass Word, not Base Word. Look, he's missing that fin. The animators just forgot to draw it. Now, to be fair, for the rest of the episode, he has the fin, as you can see here, but for this one shot, the fin is missing, and boy, oh boy, is that a mistake. Now, that's going to do it for today's video, but if you want more SpongeBob mistakes, click this video right here, where I cover like 100 SpongeBob mistakes in one video. So do it. I'll see you guys over there. Peace.